And one of the main questions was how to spot a shady or a dodgy real estate agent. Hi everybody, welcome to
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to episode 29 of Property Jabs. And if you're wondering why we're dressed that way, Wayne will explain.
It's the Christmas party,
Yes.
which is a beach party. So we've just been on the water on the paddle boards. The burgers are happening right over there actually.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a lap around the block and then we'll come back and eat.
Yeah. So today I have a juicy topic for you, Wayne.
Okay.
And it's something that I did a little bit of research, just want to check what people are interested in regarding real estate. And one of the main questions was how to spot a shady or a dodgy real estate agent. So this is more an advice for people who are looking to sell, how they can, figure out if the agent is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the answer is going to be actually.
I have a few talking points, and we can, we can have a discussion around that if that's all right with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
So the first one is when these types of agents go to for listing pitch or to pitch for a property, they show very inflated comparable sales. We call it buying the listing by showing, just feeding the greed of people who are selling, right?
So what you mean by that is two agents turn up to tell the vendor what the property is worth. One goes it's worth 2 million.
Yeah.
The other goes it's worth 2.6 million.
Yeah.
And then the vendor thinks, well, 2.6 is better than 2. Yeah.
Yes.
So they deliberately do that to get the listing. Yeah.
They manipulate the comparable sales.
Yes.
So they show properties that are not very comparable just to bump up that appraisal range.
Yep.
And as we know, a lot of people will base their decision on appraisal range. It has nothing to do with market value, but just how things work, right?
Yep.
So number two, I would suggest is probably overstating the influence that they have over buyers. Is that they have, 5 cash-only buyers ready to go in their pocket, and no one else knows about these buyers.
Yep.
Right? So we have that. I think it's a common issue sometimes when you have people door knocking and just saying, "I've got someone that loved your house. They want to buy it for a lot more than anyone else." So I think that's another red flag.
Yeah, it's and I think people sense that, Yeah. Yeah, I've got five buyers. There's the amount of buyers. And buyers aren't tied to the agent, the buyer likes the property, not the agent.
It's not loyal to it.
It's not loyal to it. So I think, you're better off to be in the market, get the market tell you where it's at, all the buyers, not some agent going, I've got 5 buyers and then tomorrow they've got none,
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
And another point probably is just genuine agents will focus on having very, very effective marketing that will cover the entire market. Make sure that they cover each and every buyer instead of focusing only on one or two, and then you run into conflict of interest. Who do you work for?
Correct.
Do you work for the buyer or do you work for the vendor? Right?
Yeah. Which is a funny thing about the New Zealand agency law and the way it works. The real estate agent represents the buyer and the seller. And you just stop and think about that for a moment and you go, well, that's nuts. Which one are you going to look after? And then the law goes, well, you got a fiduciary arrangement with the vendor, so a duty of care is higher, absolute. Go, okay, well then what do we do with the buyer? Oh, you got to be careful with them. Okay, so it's a funny balancing act, isn't it?
It is.
Very funny. Yeah.
It is.
Okay. How else do we see a dodgy agent? Is it because of their shirt they're wearing?
The shirt, with the Hawaiian shirt.
Do you do listings? If you did listings like that, they'd say dodgy agent. Yeah, you're allowed that at the beach party, but that's it.
If I'm listing property in Otara or Manukau, I think this is the best shirt to have.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
You just need to be...
Everybody would love it. They'd go, yep, sweet.
Yeah. I think the next one would be agents exaggerating the marketing that they're gonna do on the property without providing any evidence. So we're gonna cover this and that. It's gonna be amazing campaign. We're gonna do big things. You know, all that type of exaggeration and that type of talking without providing actually evidence that this is what's happened or this is what has happened previously. They show you case studies of campaigns that they've done. Do you think that's valid?
Yeah,
point?
100%. I think the absolute majority of agents, and there's about 16,000 of them, just under 16,000, I reckon the absolute majority have no idea on the marketing they talk to, you know?
Yeah.
And they'll put something up, they'll have no idea what the reach is, what the strategy behind it is.
What is the main target?
They just don't know that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Overemphasizing on quick sales. Which means that we're gonna sell in the next 2 days, 3 days. I'm gonna get it done in less than a week time. It's gonna be pretty quick, which quick doesn't mean best price.
Yeah.
So probably agents need to focus on balancing, you know, the speed that they're gonna sell the property and just making sure that they get to the best price. But in a lot of cases,
you're after exposure, isn't it?
yes.
So if you sell it straight away, your question is, has it had enough exposure? And if we're going to take that price, how do we know that's a good price?
Yeah.
So you need people through, you need feedback. I'm always a little bit sort of iffy when I see those signs saying, you know, sold in 3 days. I go, oh, I wonder if you undersold it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. And then, can you expose the property to the entire market in 2 days? I doubt that.
Pretty hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty hard because it's a campaign needs to reach maturity, which means that it needs people to see it a couple of times, to see the listing on Trade Me or other websites, so they can act and click and, you know, schedule an open home or private viewing. Okay, and the last one that's an interesting one. Failure to disclose or address a specific issue with the property that will end up affecting the value of that property. For example, you're my vendor, I come and meet you and, you know, you tell me I've done this and this toilet is not consented or any of that stuff. Failure to address and to educate the vendor that this is something that might affect the value of their property by saying, don't worry about it, we're gonna figure it out. You know, I have a bank manager that works for me. He's gonna do me a good deal. He will, you know, all these type of trying to negate or minimize any issues, just to make sure that they get the listing right.
And you could find that out by visiting open homes. So you think, hey, look, there's 3 agents that I think I could work with. You know, if I'm selling. So you visit the opens they're running on something else, and then you could find out what their disclosure looks like. And you'll get a sense immediately that somebody's got a really good process around disclosure. You know, like the team has pages and pages of signed disclosures, you know, that instantly are available. Or the person goes, no, it's all good, no problems. You go, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to find a house in New Zealand with no problems.
And I think that actually good agents will take that challenge and they will have a plan or strategy how to address it, how to communicate with the buyers, with the bank, you know, eventually, you know, probably doing a building inspection before the property goes live, just to you know, if there are any underlying issues, instead of you know, trying not to talk about it, so you can get the listing. Okay. I think. I do you have anything to?
I like those points. I would add watching for 2 things. One is a negative, one is a positive. And one is, does the agent feel just too pushy? You know, and is it starting to annoy you a little bit? And if it is, you go, oh, because you're gonna have to work with them for 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, might be longer. So if they're too pushy, that always feels wrong, you know. So that's the negative. The thing I'm looking for, maybe a vendor would be looking for, is the agent that asks a lot of questions and gets a better understanding of what the client is after. And you spoke about, you know, higher sale, quick sale. You know, what's the balance there? What's the owner after? Do you need this sold immediately? Is there a problem? Is there a financial benefit in getting the money quick? Or do you need maximum dollars, or are we somewhere on that spectrum?
Yeah.
So I think the salesperson who asks a lot of questions, really, really good. The one who doesn't might be going over towards your dodgy side, eh?
Yes, 100%. Okay, we're done. Let's go back to the barbecue and
The burgers.
the burgers and the beach.
Did we do this just so we didn't have to cook burgers? We're gonna have a cheeseburger.
We're supposed to? I don't know.
Nah, go back and have a cheeseburger and then take the board back out.
Awesome. Are we going to do another one before Christmas next week?
I don't know.
What's
You
your
think so?
What's your next week?
Yeah.
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 Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
So then next week we're gonna wish you Merry Christmas, and until then, enjoy New Zealand summer, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Absolutely. See you, ciao.